Mortal Kombat is based on the long-running video game series by NetherRealm Studios, and is a reboot of the film franchise that launched in the 1990s, about a group of combatants from Earthrealm and Outworld competing in a fighting tournament called Mortal Kombat. Australian director Simon McQuoid makes his directorial debut with this new Mortal Kombat, having previously worked primarily on commercials. Warner Brothers Pictures and New Line Cinema have been trying to get a new Mortal Kombat film reboot together for nearly 2 decades. And we got pretty close about 10 years ago with Kevin Tatcharin's Mortal Kombat Rebirth short film and Mortal Kombat Legacy web series. This new Mortal Kombat movie aims to be more faithful to the video games by including more of the ultra-violent and gory fatalities that the video games are famous for, as well as sneaking in plenty of Easter eggs and references for fans to get a kick out of. Now, I've been low-key excited for this new Mortal Kombat, as the trailers for the movie have actually been quite good in teasing a true-to-form Mortal Kombat movie that takes some inspiration from the more recent Mortal Kombat games. Having now seen the full movie, I feel pretty confident in saying that Mortal Kombat is a fun mess that doesn't quite deliver on the hype of the trailers, especially as the movie doesn't really take place during an actual Mortal Kombat tournament. What's fairly evident when watching Mortal Kombat is that you have a first-time director in charge here. The structure and pacing of the movie is kind of all over the place, with many of the fight scenes being shot far too tightly and sloppily edited. The film starts out fairly good, however, before the second half just kind of falls apart in a mad dash to the credits. That doesn't mean Mortal Kombat is a complete waste though. The filmmakers remember not to take everything too seriously and allow for a good amount of over-the-top fun and humour to keep the movie going. This sense of over-the-top fun and humour is represented almost exclusively through Josh Lawson's Kano, who absolutely steals the movie as one of the most deranged Australian larrikins ever put on screen. Every line from Kano is delivered as if the Australian ochre is going out of fashion, and props needs to go to Josh Lawson for elevating the movie significantly. For international audiences, I'm not quite sure this ochre portrayal of Kano is going to really make a huge amount of sense, but for Australian viewers, Kano will absolutely be a highlight. Outside of Kano, it's clear that a lot of attention has gone into realising both Scorpion and Sub-Zero, who really are the mascots of the whole Mortal Kombat franchise. Hiroyuki Sanada and Joe Taslim each do a great job of embodying each character, with Joe Taslim excelling in portraying how menacing Sub-Zero can be when represented as this looming threat, particularly in a scene where Sub-Zero is just unleashing icy hell on a small diner. Each fight scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero is well realised and constructed, as the movie puts considerable focus on developing their personal conflicts through their fight scenes. These fights between the two are actually fairly well shot and edited. The Scorpion and Sub-Zero conflict is easily the most interesting part of the story, as the movie very rarely cuts away when focusing on just these two characters. It's clear that the filmmakers knew that if the movie didn't deliver satisfying action with Scorpion and Sub-Zero, they'd be in big trouble. The thing is, the rest of the characters in the movie aren't treated with anywhere near as much reverence as Scorpion or Sub-Zero, most notably in their fight scenes. Any fight that doesn't feature Sub-Zero or Scorpion feels incredibly rushed, as if the filmmakers just want to get you to what you really want to see, which is disappointing, as each fight easily has the potential to be memorable in its own way. This is most detrimental in the second half of the movie, where multiple characters have their fight scenes intercut with each other, and it just becomes a nightmare trying to keep track of the different characters and locations. The fight with Jax and Raiko, for example, offers a great nod to one of the locations from the games, and has one of the most gloriously over-the-top kills in the whole movie, but it's over so quickly that you barely get any time to really enjoy it. Another major misstep comes from choosing to pin the movie on an original protagonist who isn't from the games. Lewis Tan does what he can with Cole Young, and I get that bringing in an original character was done to open up the movie to casual audiences. It's just that the character is so bland and boring. Cole Young has this mysterious connection to Scorpion, but the whole time while I was watching, it just made me wonder why Scorpion wasn't made the main character instead. I also wasn't a fan of the main fighters getting their powers via a new magical arcana plot point, which as far as I'm aware, has never been a part of the games. It just felt like a lazy way to explain why someone like Liu Kang can shoot fire from his hands. Also, despite this film holding an R rating, the film isn't as consistently gory and violent as I was expecting, and it's nowhere close to the level of carnage seen in Mortal Kombat 11. If we do get a sequel, which this movie definitely sets up, I think it desperately needs a director who is experienced in directing action scenes. Someone like Gareth Evans from the Raid movies would do an incredible job at realising the fighting styles for each character. Also, focusing more on Scorpion and Sub-Zero would do wonders with making the plot more focused as well. Mortal Kombat does have its fun moments that fans will absolutely get a kick out of, especially the new remixes of the classic Mortal Kombat theme. Admittedly, many of the references actually said by characters in the movie are fairly pointed and obvious, and really have no natural flow to any of the dialogue in the film. Honestly, if you're after a Mortal Kombat movie that executes a similar premise quite well, you'd have a better time watching the animated Scorpion's Revenge movie, which explores the Mortal Kombat universe and characters with the love and attention that they really deserve. Mortal Kombat gets a 5.8 out of 10 from me. Guys, I hope you liked this review. If you want to see more reviews just like this one, stay right here for your mono fix. Bye guys.